Hello, my name is Dahlia. On behalf of Mandalay Cars and More, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming on with a project share that I mentioned in my previous video, which is this little cute Valentine's Day treat box that I was asked to make. And this was actually the very first one that I did. And I did make some changes to it just to speed up production. And I thought it still looked pretty cute as a little thinking of you during Valentine's Day. So let's get started. Some of the things that you're going to need is a cutting board, and I tend to use We Are Memory Keepers, which is a cutting board as well as a school board. Excuse me. I also use the We Are Memory Keepers punch board because I like to round my corners, and for me this is the simplest way to do it. You're going to need a scoring tool, bone folder, scissors, and wet glue. So let's get started. So I did go ahead and pre-cut my paper down to size. So this is actually 8.5 by 5.5. Okay, and we're going to score this now. So we're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And if you are familiar with this box, it's known as a 2, 4, 6, 8 box because it's so easy to use. And then on the 5.5 inside, we're going to score at 2. And that's all we're going to need for that. So this is what you have. And when you flip it over, so you can see the score lines. Okay. At this point, we're going to use our scissors. And we're going to cut away this little piece here, which you do not need. So let's cut that away now. Okay. And then on the 2-inch that you scored towards the bottom, leaving the bigger pieces on the top, we're going to come up those score lines as well. And this is going to form the bottom of your box. And I tend to do little slivers in here, like so. That's a little I'm cutting away. Just makes the folds neater and cleaner. Okay, so let's sliver this one this way. And because I use a scoring tool that is a little bit thicker on the tip, I also get a thicker score line. Okay, and that's it. Now I did go ahead and cut the designer paper that I was using. And these boxes are 2 inches apart, so I cut them a 1/4 of an inch shorter on either side, and top and bottom. So this is what you have. Now you can make it very simple. A simple box will look like this with no acetate in the front to show what's actually inside, so it's at your discretion. What I did do for this was pick a die out of my stash, and I had used the heart one, but you can use any one. Sorry about the crinkling. If you wanted to, you can make it a perfect circle depending on the occasion. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to glue 3 of these down. Okay, because that's the back. That's going to be the fold. So we're going to glue 3 of these down. It just seems so much easier to do it when it's flat than when you actually have the box. And center it as best you can. Okay. Now I have a die cutting machine. I use the Cricut Cuttlebug, and I'll show you how we're going to cut that window out. Okay, so we got 3 pieces down. that's what we have so far. Now, for the cuddle bug, this is what I use. Very well loved. And I don't think I'll be able to stay in frame for this, but I'll do the best that I can. They do come with cutting plates. Mine are very well loved. I use them quite a lot. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna decide where you want that window to be. So I'm gonna do mine there. And then you're gonna put your top cutting plate on top and run it through the machine. So here I'm going to pause the video and then I'll come back, because if I do it here, it's going to shake the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran it through the machine. And we're gonna put these away. And when you pop this out, this is what you have. Nice little window. This particular die that I use also comes with stitching. So this I am actually going to hang on to. And it's pretty sturdy because it's double layered. Now I tend to like to add window plastic or acetate to the inside of my window. And what I'm gonna do, and this is very thin film, is measure out how much I need just to cover that hole. And I tend to hang on to my scraps because sometimes they are just enough, like this one is. So let me just get rid of this little piece of paper there. And I am going to eyeball this. I'm gonna come up around here. As long as it falls within your score lines, that's actually all you need. Now with acetate, again, I'm a new crafter, so I don't have all the supplies, but I tend to use glossy accents, which dries clear, and this actually sticks very well when I'm working with acetate. It's also very thick. Now with this, you want to go sparingly, because when you press the acetate down, it is a very thick adhesive, and it will spread, and you don't want it to fall into your window. Okay. So there we are. Down goes the plastic. And if it does happen to smear into the window, grab a Q-tip while it's still wet. Okay. And you can wipe away the residue before it gets really thick and dry. So I'm going to allow that some time to dry. I usually give it about 10-15 minutes. Usually this is when I prep other things and put that off to the side. Now I also did cut a piece of paper that was 4.5 by 2, and I scored at the 1 inch and the 3 inch. This is where I actually round my corners to give it that nice finish, and also makes it easier when you slide it in to the box. Now while that's drying, take your back piece, and this is actually going to be the top part of your closure. So you might want to angle in the corners a little bit. Okay, miter them, as they say, just so they'll come in. Okay. And you don't want to go all the way to that score line, because that score line is actually your bend. So you don't want any interference there. and we're going to glue that down. While the other side is drying. And there we are. And this is also when you would put your remaining back piece. Okay. And that's going to cover that little seam there ever so slightly. So there we are. That's your back. Now for the top of the box, you got to be mindful. It's going to go opposite the way your pattern paper is going, because obviously you open it as it's facing you, like so. And this is cut. This is actually a 2x2 square, so I cut it out of 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to glue that down, and we are almost done. Now when I do these, I do them in an assembly line. I do all my base, I do all my the tops, I cut all my designer paper, then I glue everything down, then I go and I cut all my windows, I cut all my windows out, then adhere all the acetate to it, and then I wait for all of them to dry, and then the final assembly is just building the box and putting all the goodies inside. So I'll be back. I'm gonna let this dry, and then we'll continue on with the project share. Okay, so it's all dry. So we're gonna finish assembling the box. Here now you're gonna go and fold and score your lines, sides of your box. Okay. As well as these. Now once I fold them down, I go ahead and then bend them back. Just makes it easier to keep them out of your way. Okay, so we're gonna add glue here and then finish forming our little treat box. Such a cute little window. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, bring them edge to edge. Sorry about the background noise. My street is very busy today. Okay, give it a good press. Okay, give it a good press the other way. And this is what you have so far with your window. Okay, so now I like to keep the window folded towards me, and I bend the ends, having the front facing one fold into the back because it gives it a cleaner edge instead of doing it this way. So you don't have to do this part. I just like adding a little bit of glue just to keep all the edges down. And by taking those little snippets off, it allows you to be able to have a little wiggle room on the ends. Okay, so I'm going to add a little glue there. It doesn't have to be edge to edge. We just want it to be able to be flushed and holding together. And then of course your last flat, we will go edge to edge and make sure that it has a nice clean finish. Okay, and we're going to press that down in place. And this is what you have. Okay, so now give that a nice little press there and fold here. And that's the box. Quick and easy. 2, 4, 6, 8 box. At this point, you can fill it with whatever you want to fill it with. I'll just use this one so you don't get all that crinkly noise. So I tend to put a little bit of shred on the bottom, just to cushion what you're going to put in there. Give it a little height so you can peek through the window, throw in your treats. And how many do I have in here? 2, 4, 6. I have 7 in here, but I think the ones I did, I put 6. Put some decorative shred on the top. Close it up. And I think this way, because I did this one on different paper. This was also 65-pound paper, but it was shimmer stock from Recollections. And I like the shimmer. But when you start adding all the embellishments, I didn't feel it was strong enough. And it started warping the paper, so I changed things around. At this point, you can embellish it how you want to. If you want to add this to it and give it a nice little curl. If you want to add, I have some flowers here that I didn't finish decorating, but you can decorate it however you want. Add a little ribbon. If you do how I do, I tend to put my mandala in the back that it was handmade. But yeah, this is it, quick and easy. The drying time takes more than the prep time. So that is it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me down below. Leave it in the comments. I will also link the tutorial that I originally followed. I don't remember her name now, so I have to research her. I'm pretty sure I have her saved because she is an amazing crafter. And she made it seem so simple, and it really was. I will leave that down in the description box below. If you have not subscribed already or are interested in more project shares, please subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll know when videos have been uploaded. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.